Imagine stepping off a plane, or maybe even just out your front door, and immediately being enveloped by a place. You notice the distinct scent of street food mixing with, I don't know, ancient stone. The murmur of a language you maybe don't fully understand.
Yeah, the sounds.
The unexpected texture of cobblestones under your feet. It's that feeling, truly experiencing a location, not just seeing it through a car window or from a tour bus.
We miss that so often, don't we? Just rushing past.
Way too often, which is exactly what we're diving into today, exploring the world through walking tours.
Yeah, our goal for you today is really to rethink how you engage with places, whether you're, halfway across the world or just in your own neighborhood.
Because walking tours, we think, can unlock such a richer, more intimate understanding.
Definitely.
And our insights for this deep dive, they come largely from Roberta Hill's fantastic article, Wanderlust Over 70. Her wisdom, her perspective on travel, it's really illuminating.
It really is, especially how she talks about connecting with new places. She has this great line, walking tours are like the first sip of espresso in a city, slow, rich, and full of character.
Wow, I love that. It captures it perfectly.
Doesn't it? And that's really the essence of this deep dive. Our mission is to unpack why walking tours are so powerful.
And the incredible variety they offer, right? The practical stuff, too.
Exactly. And how they can genuinely transform your travel, moving from just a checklist to a real personal discovery.
It's so different from that superficial tourism feel.
Right.
Like you said, maybe gulping down a sugary latte on the go instead of savoring that espresso.
Precisely. Missing all the character.
And that espresso analogy, it really gets to what Roberta emphasizes, how walking tours make the everyday seem, well, magical.
Yeah, she talks about anonymous buildings becoming backdrops for revolutions.
And hidden alleys turning into open-air museums. It's brilliant.
And I love this bit, your fellow travelers become temporary conspirators in curiosity.
That's such a profound shift, isn't it? From just being a passive observer.
To being an active participant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This whole idea of wandering with purpose is key.
It's not just getting from A to B.
No, it's about soaking it all in. Whether you're, like the source says, padding through Parisian cobblestone lanes or tracing ghost stories under Savannah's mossy oaks, you're really engaging with the living story of the place.
So if someone's thinking about trying this, Roberta highly recommends starting with free tours.
Yeah, they're super accessible online. Sites like freetour.com make it easy to find options pretty much anywhere.
Okay, but are there any, hidden catches with free tours? What's the deal?
That's a really good point. While they say free, the expectation is almost always there that you'll tip your guide at the end.
Right, based on how good you thought it was.
Exactly. So it's low commitment to start, yes, but maybe not entirely cost-free. It really depends on you appreciating the guide's effort.
And Roberta had some great experiences, right? Like in New York City.
Oh, yeah. She mentions loving the subway art tours and the tenement museum tours. They sound like a perfect mix. History, culture, a unique angle.
So often we think of walking tours for, far-flung destinations.
Oh.
But Roberta really pushes back on that.
She does. She emphasizes exploring your own backyard, becoming a tourist at home.
Which seems especially relevant if you live in a city. Why is that?
Well, it's a brilliant point she makes. Many cities are just meant to be explored on foot, not from a distance. Think about it. How many times have you driven through your own downtown? You barely notice the little details, right? The architecture, the street art, the small shops.
Yeah, you're just focused on traffic or parking.
Exactly. Walking changes that. Familiar streets suddenly become landscapes of discovery. There's so much right there if we just, slow down.
Okay, so we've established the why this slow travel approach via walking tours is so impactful. But now, where? Where do we start applying this?
Right. The article gives some fantastic categories and examples. Let's start with, say, historical cities. Places like Rome, Jerusalem, Kyoto.
Yeah, the big ones. What's really compelling there is how walking lets those layers of stories just reveal themselves. You're not rushing past. You can actually stop, look up.
You can pause, look up, and really breathe in the centuries, as the article puts it. That intimacy connects you to the past in a way just, looking out a bus window can't.
Okay, then there are the big urban metropolises. Berlin, Buenos Aires, New York.
Roberta calls them kaleidoscopes of culture. And walking is really the only way to get up close, isn't it?
Totally. The architecture, the graffiti, the food carts.
Yeah.
You need to be on the ground.
You get a feel for the pulse of the city.
And then there are those quirky neighborhoods, the ones maybe not in every guidebook.
Yeah, places like Palermo Soho in Buenos Aires, Lamares in Paris, Milan in Montreal, they pulse with local flavor, she says.
Indie boutiques, murals.
Stuff that doesn't make the main guides. Walking through them makes you feel like you've found a little secret, connecting with the real local vibe.
But it's not just cities, is it? The source also talks about nature trails, coastal paths.
Absolutely. Think Cinque Terre, Banff, the Kalalau Trail, places where you can just inhale, exhale, repeat.
Become part of the landscape.
It's that deep sensory immersion in nature. It shows the sheer range of experiences you can have on foot.
And there's some really unusual ones mentioned too, right?
Definitely. Like the Paris Sewers Museum walk, not your typical tourist trail. Or Oslo's Vigeland Sculpture Park.
What about Chernobyl? That was mentioned too.
It was mentioned as an example that adds a layer of intimacy and adrenaline. But it's really important to note that, it's currently inaccessible for tours.
Right. Good clarification.
But it just highlights how wide-ranging these walking experiences can be.
Okay, so we've explored the where. Now let's get into the what. What kinds of walking tours does Roberta highlight, and who are they best for?
Good question. The variety is pretty impressive. First up, historical and cultural tours.
The classics.
Right. Ideal for curious minds, slow travelers, history lovers. You get those in-depth stories.
But maybe not if you're short on time.
Exactly. Or, if you prefer wandering solo, the group structure might not suit everyone.
Okay, what about foodie tours? You mentioned Roberta liked one in NYC.
Yes. Perfect for grazers, social butterflies, culinary adventurers. Great way to taste a city.
But potential issues.
Well, yeah. If you have specific dietary restrictions, it could be tricky. Or if you just hate group settings, maybe give it a miss.
Makes sense. Then there's street art and subculture tours.
These are great for urban explorers, photographers, art lovers. You dive into the city's contemporary vibe.
But probably not your thing if you're not into graffiti or modern culture.
Pretty much, yeah.
And for the spooky side, ghost and mystery tours.
Appealing to story lovers, night owls, families with teens. They're more about atmosphere and narrative.
Roberta wasn't so keen, though.
Yeah, she mentioned she tends not to go for them if you scare easily or want pure facts. It's more entertainment.
Gotcha. What about going it alone?
Self-guided audio tours are excellent for that. Great for independent spirits and budget travelers.
But the downside?
Less ideal if you like asking questions or need real-time help. You're definitely on your own, just with a voice guiding you.
Now, Roberta also talks about something a bit different. Cemeteries.
Yes. It sounds maybe a bit morbid at first, but she points out they're an excellent way to learn about the history and culture of a place.
Everyone knows Père Lachaise in Paris, of course.
But the article recommends 3 others: Montmartre Cemetery, Montparnasse, and Passy. Really fascinating places.
What makes them so rich, beyond just history?
Well, it's this unique mix, isn't it? Art, sculpture, personal stories, and this quiet atmosphere for reflection.
You're literally walking through the city's past.
Seeing how people lived, died, what they valued, the art they left behind. It's a very intimate historical experience, often overlooked.
Okay, so we've painted a pretty attractive picture, I think. Lots of benefits. But let's be real, no travel method is perfect.
Absolutely not. We need to talk about the potential downsides Roberta flags.
Let's start with the pros again, quickly. Deeper local insight.
Definitely a big one. Guides often share those anecdotes, the stories they heard from their grandmother's neighbor's uncle.
Well, yeah.
Stuff you won't find on Wikipedia. It just brings a place alive.
And the social side, meeting people.
Yeah, Roberta highlights that. You might meet someone who becomes a coffee date, pen pal, or podcast guest. It's a natural way to connect.
Plus the mindful movement. It's gentle cardio, disguised as curiosity.
Which is great, but
Uh-oh is right. I've definitely had my share of the no refunds on foot blisters reality.
That brings us neatly to the cons. Weather roulette is huge. Rain, snow, intense heat.
Yeah.
It can make a walk pretty miserable.
And yeah, no refunds on those blisters. Preparation is key.
Then there's the pace. This can vary wildly. Some guides are like sprinters with a microphone.
Been there, trying to keep up.
While others stroll as if they're allergic to clocks. Your experience can really hinge on the guide's style.
Which you often don't know beforehand. And crowds.
Oh, definitely. Especially in peak season. As Roberta puts it, the charm can get diluted by 23 selfie sticks.
Yeah, that can take you out of the moment. Okay, so bearing all that in mind, the good and the bad, how do you actually find a tour? Let's talk platforms, costs, resources.
Right, the practical stuff. Roberta breaks down some major platforms. Viator is one.
What's the cost like there?
Typically around $20 to $60 for a group tour, maybe $120 plus for private. They're known for free cancellation, vetted guides.
So good for flexibility, maybe more mainstream spots. That free cancellation is a big plus.
Yeah. Then there's Get Your Guide, slightly higher, maybe $25 to $70 for groups, private from $150 up.
Perks there.
Mobile tickets, lots of language options, so good for global explorers, people who like digital convenience.
What about Airbnb experiences?
Generally more budget-friendly, maybe $15 to $50 for groups, private around $80 plus. Their real strength is the local hosts, niche offerings.
So if you want something really personal, maybe from someone living right there.
Exactly, more unique flair.
Okay, and Guru Walk, that sounds different.
It is. It's entirely tip-based. You pay what you feel.
Ah, like the free tours we mentioned earlier.
Precisely. Connects you with independent guides. Best for budget-conscious, flexible travelers. It's a bit more of a gamble, maybe, less corporate oversight, but you might find a real gem.
And for the solo walkers, the introverts.
Detour is great for that. Self-guided audio walks, usually just $5 to $15. Immersive storytelling, no group.
Perfect if you want to set your own pace.
Totally. And beyond those main platforms, Roberta mentions a few other handy resources.
Like what?
GP SMY City, that's app-based tours for hundreds of cities. Context Travel, they do really in-depth scholar-led tours.
Oh, for the serious deep divers.
Yeah. Tours by Locals connects you with private guides for tailored experiences. And Rick Steves Audio Europe.
Rick Steves.
Offers excellent free audio guides, especially for Europe. Great for budget wanderers.
Okay, wow. Lots of options. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, our listener?
I think ultimately what Roberta Hill's article really drives home is that walking tours offer this unparalleled way to get deep personal insight into a place.
Yeah, it goes so far beyond typical sightseeing, doesn't it?
It really does. It lets you peel back the layers, feel the pulse, understand the stories, connect on a level that's just not possible from a bus window.
It puts the travel back on your terms, letting you choose how deep you want to go.
And like Roberta reminds us, it isn't always about money. It's about desire. The desire to connect.
So, the final thought for you to ponder, considering everything we've discussed. What hidden stories, what fascinating history, what vibrant culture might be waiting right there. Not just in some far-off land, but maybe just around the corner in your own town.
If you just choose to slow down, look around, and wander with purpose, what might you discover?